Hey, family. So we just heard about the big pasta meal recall, right? But hold up, the drama doesn't stop at mac and cheese. Now a frozen croquette brand, chicken and beef, is getting pulled back because of serious labeling failures and allergen risk. You might have one of these in your freezer right now and not even know it. Let's break it down. Welcome back to Inside a Scoop Report, where we cut through the noise and bring you what's really going on. If you're new here, hit the subscribe, like, and share this video, and also drop your city and state in the comments below because I want to know if you've ever stopped frozen meals and just trusted them without a second thought. We're talking about frozen chicken and beef croquettes from Brazilian Taste that got recalled, why, how it happened, and what you need to do. All right, so here's the breakdown. According to the Food Safety and Inspection Services at USDA and other outlets, Brazilian Taste, based in Lexington, South Carolina, voluntarily recalled about 4,000 pounds of frozen croquette products, chicken and beef, after discovering the items were misbranded and contained an undeclared allergen, sesame. So the recall covers products with establishment numbers, and those numbers are P-45640 or EST 45640. The products were distributed to stores in Connecticut, Georgia, Massachusetts, North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, and also online. So let me tell you why this matters. It matters because if you're allergic or sensitive to sesame, that's a big deal. These products weren't labeled to show that sesame was present. Remember, no illnesses or allergic reactions have been reported yet, but the potential is serious. So when you buy frozen ready meals, how much do you trust that the labeling is correct? Do you check every ingredient or do you just rely on a brand? So again, the problem wasn't bacteria or spoilage this time. It was just misbranding and an undeclared allergen. And here's the deeper detail. The FSIS says that the breadcrumb ingredients used in the croquettes was shared with other products under FDA regulation, and that breadcrumb mix contains sesame. But the croquettes bag didn't list sesame on the label. That's what sets this apart because allergic reactions can be life-threatening even if you only eat a small amount. Y'all ever had somebody in your family with a food allergy? Do you feel brands and manufacturers are doing enough to keep the products safe? So let's scroll down here. This is FSIS USDA.gov, and it tells you which ones to look out for. So these are the brands that you need to look out for. If you eat these, make sure you go ahead and check your freezer to see if you have one of these brands. And these are the three that are listed here. Again, you can find these on fsis.usda.gov. And you can pause the video here, take a screenshot of this so you know. And again, this is the product numbers that you need to look out for as well. It is major if you're in any of these states, but they are sold nationwide. So if you bought them online, just make sure you check your freezer. Let me ask you though, if you found one of these in your freezer right now, what would you do? Would you eat it anyway because just one bite won't hurt? Or would you toss it immediately? And this isn't just about a labeling getting messed up. This is about trust in our food system because sesame is now considered one of the 9 major allergens in the US under the FASTER Act. Even tiny amounts can cause certain things in sensitive individuals. So when a product doesn't declare an allergen, you're taking a gamble with someone's health. And in this case, the croquettes maker says they're cooperating and stopping distribution, but the damage to trust is already done. Do you think the food manufacturers are should be held accountable, or should they just continue to say, "Oh, it's a recall and we'll take everything off the shelves and move on"? So sesame was labeled this as of January 1st, 2023, according to this article, and it must be labeled an allergen on packaged foods and dietary supplements. So, based on this, since they have known this since 2023, I mean, does it seem like an accident to you? I mean, come on, they knew about this, right? So, it joins us tonight of the major foods that are listed here. I do want to, if we scroll on down, then it does tell us about the labeling requirements. And it says it's always been required to be listed on food labels as an ingredient with a few exceptions. And this is true for any added ingredients. And now, under the FASTER Act, packaged food products that contain this ingredient, it must be declared on the food products as a label. So now, what are your thoughts there? And let's zoom out for a second, because this isn't the first recall of this year, and it won't be the last. Mislabeling, undeclared allergens, contaminated ingredients, these keep happening. Media outlets show the recall follows several recent cases across the industry. And if you rely on frozen meals because they're convenient, then you've got to ask what checks are happening behind the scenes and what happens when convenience start outweighing safety. So if we do scroll on down, it does give you tips on what you can do, which is start checking the food labels, start asking questions. You really have to step up for your own safety of your health and your family because clearly the brands ain't gonna do it. Now, more about what you can do right now is check your freezers, look for the Saint Coxina branded croquettes or anything from Brazilian taste with that P-45640 or EST 45640. And if you have it, and if you have a sesame allergy or the one in your home does, or you just don't want the risk, then throw it out or return it, whichever one. And also you can message the retailer and ask them how they are handling the situation, the allergen oversight and the product recall, so you are more informed. And definitely share this with friends and family, especially if they buy frozen foods, because you could save someone's life just by tipping them off. Now, who in your circle buys frozen meals often? Would you send them a message after this video? Now, here's how I see it, family. This recall is more than a headline. It's a reminder that we can't just assume our food is safe. We live in a fast freeze world, but safety doesn't get frozen. If we keep trusting without checking, we're handing over control and risking people's health for convenience. And too many people suffer quietly with allergies, not realizing the risk until it's too late. So, yeah, family, frozen chicken and beef croquettes from Brazilian Taste got recalled for undeclared sesame and misbranding. And it might not be sexy, but it's real and it matters. So, check your freezers, check your labels, and if anything smelled off, throw it away. Don't even think twice. So drop your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever experienced a food recall or allergy scare? And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video because awareness is your first defense. This is Insider Scoop Report, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay sharp, stay safe, and always read the label.